Hey guys, Will here with IntoMobile. This morning we brought you the live blog for the new Nexus One Android phone from Google. And we came away with one of these, so we thought, why not go ahead and unbox this sucker on camera for you guys. Alright, so this is the Nexus One box. Notice it's longer than it is wide. That's a lot. That's kind of where HTC is going with all their smartphones these days. Clean, very, very sleek packaging. It's got accented on the bottom with Google's trademark four-color color scheme. And we've got the Nexus One right here. Pretty slim. Just 11 point, about the thickness of a number 2 pencil, about 11.5 millimeters thick, but still manages to pack in a lot of serious hardware. Before we get into that though, let's check out the rest of the box. Lifting up this cover, you see a nice little neoprene style case. It's just a sleeve. Just slip that guy right in here, real easy, and bring him on out. Real simple. And a little quick start guide. Of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps to get going. Not too complicated. And lifting up the box more, we got all our accessories. We've got the AC adapter. We've got the headset, stereo headset, and the USB cable. I'm not going to bother opening up those packages. We know what those things look like. What's really important is the Nexus One. Bam, right there. So first thing you'll probably notice is, damn, that screen is amazing. That's because it's 3.7 inches of OLED goodness. We really dark, vibrant, dark blacks, high contrast, really vibrant colors, better color range than traditional LCD screens while sipping less power. Overall, makes for a great viewing experience. So, talking about the handset a little bit, what do we have here? We have, well, a 5 megapixel camera. Notice the Google branding right there. 5 megapixel camera with an LED flash. A 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. We've got the micro USB slot right there. You saw the cable previously. The slot is for charging and for data transfer. So really cool. Under the hood, we got a 1 gigahertz Snapdragon processor, really fast. We've got loads of memory, 512 megabytes for application storage and whatnot. You've got, under the battery cover, a micro SD card slot right here. And that's got 4 gigs in it right now, up to 32. We got the SIM card slot, the battery, of course, and a little metallic accented strip right there. Apparently, or what we were just told at the Google press conference that we live blogged, you can have this engraved at checkout, so you can add a personalized message to whoever you're giving this phone for, if it's a gift or whatnot. And what's even cooler about this thing is it's going to be sold unlocked straight from Google for $530 or $180 when subsidized with the T-Mobile contract, and that's pretty standard. But the unlocked offering is where Google's really taking distancing themselves from the crowd. And one more thing, actually. The Nexus One has built-in active noise suppression. How do they do that? They do that with 2 microphones. We got 1 microphone hole right there and 1 microphone hole right there. That does a couple things. It gives the phone the ability to filter out background noise from your voice noise, from the sound of your voice, and isolate your voice for clear phone calls. But it also, when you're taking pictures with the camera, or rather, when you're taking video with a camera, you don't want to be taking video with sound coming from the microphone that's used to pick up your voice, because you're going to get sound from over there. Since we have a microphone right there on the back side of the device, what happens is when you're taking video, you get sound that's coming from straight forward, and that's exactly what you want for video. Notice also how fast the camera application pops up. I'm just going to go over there real quick. I know we started already, but it starts up just as fast the first time as the second time. I'm going to tap it, and bam, we're already in the camera application. Let me swipe it down to the camera and take a couple blasphemous pictures of the iPhone, and we'll see how fast. Bam. Real fast. Shot-to-shot time is incredibly lag-free. Usually you sacrifice a lot of shot time and a lot of lag when you put a high-end camera, like a 5 megapixel camera that's on this thing, into a smartphone. But, HTC and Google, they work together to make this super fast. You get a lot of options, too. You've got flash options, white balance options, color effects, you know, sepia, black and white, where you want to store it, the picture size, picture quality, focus mode, auto or infinity. And what's even cooler is when you take a picture, you can one-tap share over Bluetooth, you know, send it to Facebook, to your Gmail, text message it, or MMS rather, or send it to Picasa. If you have a video, on the other hand, let's record a video real quick. Little quick snippet. Bam, that's good enough. Gonna go back. And on the video, we can one-click upload to YouTube. So great integration there. And what else is new? Well, this is Android 2.1 and it comes with Google Maps version 3.3, and that brings with it a lot of enhanced functionality. So let's take a look at what it offers. We've got, okay, well this is pretty standard, right? Except notice right here we have our Labs option. What is Labs? In this case, what Labs is experimental features for Google Maps. A lot of times, you know, maybe you want terrain. You want to see the terrain in your area, where you know, the mountainous areas in your neighborhood, or you want to add layers. Okay, well, let's add layers too. And popular categories, not so much. But what's new here is the scale bar. A lot of times with all this zooming in and out in Google Maps, it's kind of hard to get an idea for scale. You know, you're without this scale bar, you know, how long is this street right here? You have no idea. And if you zoom in, well, how long is it now? Thanks to this little scale bar, we now have an idea for how long distances are in Google Maps. Some people like it, some people might not, but notice how the scale changes with my zoom level. And that's something that a lot of people have been asking for, and it's finally here on Google Maps 3.3, on Android 2.1, on the Nexus One. And that's a lot of numbers and acronyms, but I'm sure you guys will be able to handle that. And of course, with the layers, you get traffic, you can put it into terrain view, and those are all the layer options that we were able to pull up through the Labs option right there. Notice how I selected layers. And the compass arrow. Oh yeah, okay, so that's new too. It'll tell us in which direction. Notice the little compass arrow right there is actually reorienting itself based on which way I'm turning. And what else is new here? We've got the multiple screens, but also, notice in the background what's it doing? It's actually animated. So, let's see if we can, Google calls this live wallpapers. So, what are live wallpapers? They're wallpapers that are seemingly alive. What you can do is, let's go to this water wallpaper. Notice that you'll see the ripples in the background, the leaves are slowly moving, and as you scroll from side, we're going to set this as wallpaper. Right, okay, you see those ripples, and when I touch it, it'll ripple. If I touch it a lot, it'll ripple a lot, you know. But what's cool is, it'll continue to animate in the background as I switch between panes. The multiple panes that Android 2.1 gives you to populate with widgets and whatnot. So, with live wallpapers, with the improved Google Maps, and of course with Google Navigation, we got a fully featured Android phone. And there's one extra piece of little goodness that we haven't mentioned yet. You can actually use voice text entry for any text field. So, say you want to send out a text message. We're going to... There's a little microphone button on your keyboard now. And what that allows you to do is enter testing out the speech recognition feature on Google 2.1. Of course, that's Android 2.1, but Google 2.1 works as well. Testing out the speech recognition feature on Google 2.1. It's pretty spot on. It uses Google server-based voice recognition software that powers the voice-guided navigation feature, the same one. Navigate to Menlo Park, California. Well, it didn't quite get it there, but you get the idea. Okay, so that's a quick little unboxing, hands-on look at the Nexus One. We'll have more for you in the coming days. Stick with us and for all your Nexus One coverage.